I don't think it's as important, especially if I put myself in the patient's shoes, pun intended. And I'm like, hey, podiatrist, I've got these issues. And podiatrist is like, well, here's a referral for therapy. I'm probably going to assume, tell me what you're doing these days, since we've been talking about media so much through this episode. What are some of the boots on the ground, the real tactics that you're using right now in regards to marketing your business, either new patient acquisition or new hire acquisition? What are some things you're doing? What is that?
All right. So this is referral pads. Now, it's not the same as Tony Maritato's referral pads where you list all of your competitors nearby. This is just our referral pad for concierge pain relief. I am about to fill one of these out to refer one of my patients digitally. I'll take a picture of it to refer her to my main podiatrist that I work with or collaborate with. That's one thing I need to get a little bit more boots on the ground. I love how you just asked about boots on the ground. And I had this literally sitting right on my desk right next to me as we did this. And that podiatrist, I had asked him, I said, hey, if I had some referral pads for concierge pain relief for our home physical therapy. And podiatry is great because people are going to be on, they're going to be laid up and it's harder for them to get around, and they can get to an outpatient office, but it's a little more challenging, right? So I have a good relationship with this podiatrist. I said to him, if I have some of these blank referral pads, would you use them? Would that be helpful? He said, yeah, that would be great. Drop some off. And so then I printed them up. I spent, hundreds just because of this one podiatrist said, yes, print them up. So he's got 3 offices. And so I need to drop them off at each office. I was just texting him yesterday because I'm trying to refer this patient that hurt their toe on a bike. And so I'm going to refer this patient over to him. And that's one thing in terms of boots on the ground, which is the opposite of all the stuff we're talking about, opposite of video, opposite of social media, old school boots on the ground. I can't believe you even asked about it because I was going to try to figure out a way to kind of show these and bring these up. And, magically we just have the synergy where you ask about boots on the ground and there you go.
So I know people ask me all the time. I'm going to ask you, give me the actual, how many did you order? How many, those look like thick pads. I'm going to go the opposite direction on you with this probably. How many pages per pad? Where did you order them?
These are 25 tear-offs per.
Okay, perfect.
I think I spent, it was like $400 or $500. Each of these stacks, I think I got maybe 4 or 5 of these stacks. I can't even recall. It was a while ago, closer to the time of the baby being born. So I can't even remember like how many I ordered or whatever. But again, probably like 100 or whatever. No, this is if this is 25, then I have probably, 500 tear-offs.
Is there a reason you went with quarter sizes?
I want it to be similar to the referral pads that the physicians already use.
Okay. Did you do anything special with the paper? Just regular white color? What'd you do with paper?
It's pretty standard thin. I can't recall the specs, but I think it's got a little bit of a thickness, but no glossy, if that's,
Yeah. So probably like 20, 25 pound paper. It doesn't look color. It looks like just one, color ink. And so I see the name across the top. What else do you have on there?
And again, this will evolve because I realize there might be something, and I'll get your feedback. There might be something that I missed on here as usual. Like it's impossible to get it, nailed down the first time.
Yeah. So tell me what it says.
So across the top, it says referral blank. And then it says concierge pain relief in the largest font. Right below that, it says home physical therapy, our phone number, our website. It says, we come to you, aches and pains and neuro rehab. The reason why I went with that is because it's the smallest amount of letters and words to convey that we help people with, joint pain, back pain, sciatica, as well as neuro rehab. So if I drop these off at future neurologists, whether it's Parkinson's, MS, whatever. About half of our clientele is like an ortho condition, sports medicine, weekend warriors. And then the other half are geriatrics, Parkinson's, MS, those types of things. And then it just says patient name, phone number, diagnosis and condition, the big box in the middle to write in the diagnosis and condition, eval and treat, whatever, and then signature and date at the bottom. Now, there might be one thing that I skipped, that I missed. Is there anything that right off the bat that strikes you as missing or no?
Yeah, 100%. So I would be looking at that. Now, this is new regarding me. I would add a QR code, because the reality is QR codes have gotten popular enough that most people understand how they work. You go to a restaurant, all of these things, a QR code would be so simple to just scan and then, pull up your website, pull up information, pull up whatever. So I would get a QR code on the next batch. You said evaluate and treat. My objective, and this is something that takes a little bit of A/B testing on the physician specifically, but I want it to be as simple as possible, as low friction as possible. So what I would do is, at the minimum, I would have evaluate and treat with a little checkbox, so they don't have to write evaluate and treat and they just check it. Like, that's the most generic, broad approach that you can take. Now, from there, I would look at this in two ways. You're going for a minimalist approach because you're like, I want them to send me anything. I don't want them to be limited to anything. You can do that. We've done that, and we've done it successfully, but that also requires the physician to write stuff, which they don't like to do. Or the flip side is, you can say, I'm going to give you check boxes, again, beyond evaluate and treat, so that maybe it's a peripheral neuropathy treatment plan, check. Maybe it's a plantar fasciitis treatment plan, check. It's Dave's unique, spectacular foot pain relief, check. Just something, and you just have to kind of experiment. And I've even gone as far as to say, one referral pad for one specific condition. This is going to be the most profitable, most successful condition that I treat. And this is the only thing that I want this referral pad to focus on. It's just like a sales page, landing page. Like, yeah, you can go and you can have Yahoo homepage with 1,000 different links that you can click, or you could go to Google where there's one field that you have to type in what you're searching for. But you have to test it. Every physician is going to be a little bit different in what they ultimately want.
I thought that you were also going to say that I did not write anything about. So I wrote, we come to you, yeah. But it doesn't say where. It doesn't say Manhattan and Brooklyn only, or Manhattan, Brooklyn, Queens, or, Connecticut, Westchester. I feel like, I don't know, should I have, or it could just say like New NYC area or NYC metro area. Is that important in terms of mobile concierge visits? Should I have something on there, or no?
I don't think it's as important, especially if I put myself in the patient's shoes, pun intended. And I'm like, hey, podiatrist, I've got these issues. And podiatrist is like, well, here's a referral for therapy. I'm probably going to assume the referral I receive is going to be within my geographic area. It's always a battle, a challenge to understand how to make the wording such that they don't think it's Medicare Part A home health, that they understand that it's, a concierge, which is in the name, service where we come to your home. Those things are hard. I don't know. I listened to what you said, and I don't know how crystal clear that was. But again, that's where I go back to the QR code, the URL for the website. I think most people will get that. Then they'll go investigate. They're going to go look up Dave Kittle, or they're going to go look up the company. They're going to look for videos. They're going to get a sense. That's where they're going to get more information. And ultimately, the client is going to sell themselves. Like, you have the media assets out there, so the client convinces themselves Dave Kittle is the person who's going to solve my problem.
So you said What was not crystal clear? What did I say that was not crystal clear? Like describing what was on the pad?
Well, listening to what you read, it's like, all right, it took you a little bit to say physical therapy, but it's like, is this a chiropractor? Is this another podiatrist or specialist? Then you got to physical therapy, but then also just trying to understand, like, is this traditional home health physical therapy, like the hospital Medicare Part A home health, or is this something different? I don't have the wording for that. I don't know what's the best way to say it.
Got it. No, great feedback. Anything else on that?
No. So now the question is, okay, what's the distribution strategy? I love that it's 25 pages per pad. To me, that's small enough that they're going to run out and it's going to give you a reason to send them more. In my videos that I've shared about this, I said, look, I don't want to send 10 pads to every doctor because they're all going to go in the trash anyway. I would start with 1 to 3 pads. I would do a quarterly mailing. And then I would try to develop some sort of tracking mechanism so that I could see, okay, this referral came back from this doctor, so I know they're actually using the pad, so I'm going to send to them more consistently. I've been sending to this other doctor quarterly for 12 months. I've never gotten anything from them, so I'm just going to take them off my list and replace them with somebody else. It's a long-term continuity program that you need to develop. But I think it's great. What are you thinking for distribution?
Yes, I'm surprised that you didn't say dropping them off physically. I know that the stature that you're at now with your business, of course, you're going to say mail them. But if someone is in their first couple of years of practice, I think it makes the most sense to try to physically drop in. And like you said, drop off 1 or 2 of these. And that gives you an excuse to come back in 6 weeks or 8 weeks or whatever. That's something that Sturdy McKee, my business coach and my buddy, he actually helped me. Like he gave me the idea. You gave me the idea years ago with the global referral pad, but this one Sturdy helped me design, and he kind of said to drop off some pens, like he says I know it sounds corny, but it's like every office has patients stealing pens on, like not even on purpose. It's just like people just take pens. So if you go into any doctor's office and you say like, do you need any new pens? Like most places will welcome pens, he said. And so distribution strategy, I'm going to have to continue to be treating less and either hire someone or do it myself to drop off some of these referral pads. And there are some concierge physicians here in the city that have referred to us. Some of them, I feel bad. Some of them, like I never even said, thank you, or I didn't, meet up with them or, take them out for coffee or stop by their office or anything. So I need to, diversify the networking and the referrals. And this will be, part of that strategy.
Yeah, I would have said, go and use this as an excuse to meet and interact with the front desk. But with experience comes, knowledge and wisdom. And it's one of those things where we're balancing time, which is so, so, so valuable and so limited. So it's like, is it the most effective strategy to just blindly mail these out? No. But is the time invested in opening that physician door and walking in and that front desk looking at me, and I guarantee it's going to be, they're instantly going to deflate as soon as they realize you're just there to give them pens and sell them stuff. I don't think it's worth it in that respect. And God, I've done countless drop-offs. I've been in countless offices. I understand both sides of this value proposition. Once I have rapport, once I know the front desk, now, if you're going to do it, let's do it right. Learn a magic trick. Learn a unique magic trick that you can do with a pen. So that when you go to say, hey, I'm Dave, I'm here to drop off these pads, and let me show you this real quick. You do something that stands out. You do a magic trick. Then you're like, hey, take these, give it to your patients, whatever. Then maybe you have a chance that it's going to be remembered because you're going to make the person laugh. You're going to give them something that interrupts the pattern of their day. But the reality is I've never walked into a physician office that the front desk wasn't already overworked, frustrated, probably hungry, maybe wants to go smoke a cigarette, and you are offering nothing of value. So you have to be a performer if you're going to go do that. And if you're not willing to be a performer, if you're not going to do the tricks, don't waste your time. Just mail them, knowing that most of them are going to go in the trash. But it's the old marketing, it's got to take 7 exposures before anybody actually retains it. And to see you be the person going out there doing it with the social media and the other stuff that you could be doing, that would break my heart. Like that would be devastating. But even a new therapist, brand new practice owner, I don't have any patients, I'm sitting here with nothing to do. I don't know that I could honestly advise you take your time to go drop stuff off, bring donuts, bring coffee. None of that stuff's going to matter unless you do the dog and pony show and you really make it something memorable. Mm-hmm. So let's do this. This is kind of weird because I'm going to do my parting shot. Then I'm going to take off because I'm going to get to the other computer to end the live stream because This is how we do things. So my parting shot, the whole theme of this episode is about building relationships. At the end of the day, building relationships, whether we're talking about on TV, whether we're talking about through social media, whether we're talking about boots on the ground, walking into the clinic where you want referrals to come from, we need to build those relationships. And the irony here is nobody is better than the therapist at building relationships, yet we don't build the high value relationships that we need to be building. So do things to build relationships. Dave, what do you got?
Love it. How about I'll go with this. I'll go with diversifying your mix of marketing. So should you or could you be doing some online things, some guerrilla marketing, in-person drop-offs, or having someone in your practice do these in-person drop-offs, whether it's referral pads, whether it's pens? How can you diversify your relationship building, your connections to potentially get more new patients, more new referrals into your practice? Obviously, online results in faster, more efficiencies with referrals. But that's pretty much it. Tony's he ran into the other room. He's good. We're ready to roll. Thank you all for watching today. Go ahead, subscribe to Learn Medicare Billing on YouTube, and we'll catch you next time here, wherever this is broadcasted. PT, Pintcast, Dave Kittle Show, Learn Medicare Billing. Tony, thank you. Jimmy, thank you.
Hey, it's Dave Kittle. Are you a healthcare business owner or physical therapy practice owner who is looking to figure out your succession plan or exit strategy? We might be able to help. And in fact, we may be interested in acquiring your practice. If you're interested, you can reach out to me. Shoot me an email at dave@conciergepainrelief.com. That's DAVE@CONCIERGE painrelief.com. Or you can call me at any time, 646-781-8884.